I think a person who is not interested fundamentally in being engaged probably shouldn't become an architect.
And you don't have buildings that indicate that there is a civic space, a space that is not commercial. I think we're confused.
A challenge that we have is to convince members of the public that something better is possible.
What ends up happening is that because the process is always more geared to the developer, who then goes and finds the architects, they don't necessarily seek for the young, fresh, new talent.
And so for me, it is about raising expectations.
I think it's important, for architects to really continue in their service to communities. And there are a number of ways that the AIA is really doing that now. And there's something called an SDAT, and there's something else called a UDAT. And these are teams of professionals that can work, again, with public leaders and volunteers in their communities to really address issues of sustainability and design.
Sustainability is, I would say, in this new century, is probably the central issue that we have to deal with in terms of design.
It's also calling us to be smarter. So designing smarter and looking at integrated design, looking at things holistically.
Sustainability is a key piece in terms of any civic engagement. Something that we want to do for energy, we want to do it for quality of life, and I would say most importantly, maybe, at this point in history, we want to do it for health.
Sustainability is almost synonymous with civic engagement. Issues of livability are what the architect brings to the table.
I think we have a wonderful opportunity in this city to create great streets, really wonderful pedestrian great streets, and a city that will be known for their great streets instead of their many cars.
What I do, what a lot of us do in the end, is really creating a better public good and creating a place where people can play out their lives.
Our most successful efforts are when we just have architects and urban designers show how good projects can be. And again, to me, the architects and urban designers are those who can do that the best.
The AIA is focusing, I think, right now on the idea of civic engagement. So they're making the first steps to find ways to support architects in this broader need. We're at the cutting edge of what's happening now.
We want our children to grow up in a wonderful community. I think if we care at all about people around us, we care about how they live and how the physical environment is so integral to that.
There's been a real emphasis in city government here on design excellence. It indicates to the public and the citizenry that there is civic pride, that people care about the environment, people care about the people who are using it. So you're seeing tremendous improvement in parks, in schools, in libraries, in cultural institutions.
Design plays a key role in ensuring that the projects that we put forth are good and are appealing to the people that we serve.
Architecture can enhance the feel of a community and the excitement of a community and the pride of a community.
Because we are having to convince people in this city, in this time, that planning is important. And most of the other cities that we look at as being wonderful have long histories of strong planning. They didn't become wonderful project by project. They became wonderful because citizens, leaders in the community laid out a clear vision and told developers exactly what they wanted.
If you don't have integrated design, then you will run into problems. I think if you don't involve people right from the beginning to a certain extent and to a reasonable extent, then we can't plan for the future.
You take that kind of integrative approach to the level of a neighborhood or a city, and all sorts of possibilities open.
One of the key activities of the AIA 150 celebratory year has been really the Blueprint for America initiative, and it's really been an exceptional one. We began to think about how we could really have a lasting legacy.
We certainly want to acknowledge the contributions and the excellence of architecture and design in the past 150 years of the AIA. Also, too, we are looking to the future through the Blueprint for America.
It really has had, I think, an impact, indeed, beyond what our expectations were.
One begins to realize in order to really achieve change on a public level, you really need to have a group of people to be able to do that.
These things are always team endeavors. What better satisfaction can there be than to see people using or enjoying something that you have had a hand in creating, that you really feel makes their lives a little bit better?
The AIA has been great. They've surpassed our expectations in their volunteerism and help on this project.
It's not just for this year. It's kind of setting a plan for the future. That's really something that really is, I think, the American Institute of Architects and its members' gift to our country.